Hello, and thank you for joining me as we learn more about data management plans and getting started with the DMP tool. I am Ashley Zeidler, the Scholarly Communications Librarian at MCW Libraries. Let's begin by logging in with your MCW email address. Next, you'll select the Sign In with Institution button that appeared. And you'll want to log in with your MCW credentials. If it's your first time signing in, you'll be prompted to set up a new account. As I've previously created an account, I am taken to my dashboard where I see several options within the upper navigation pane. You'll see a link back to my dashboard, then Create Plan. I've also called out the Create Plan button as well. Next, you'll see a link to funder requirements where you can gather more information about your funding source. Then you'll see public DMPs. These are extremely helpful when looking for examples of data management plans from your funder, or as MCW researchers begin using the DMP tool, you'll be able to see what other plans look like within our own institution. And finally, you'll see a link for help guides. If you ever have a question about the DMP tool, please use this link to email the library and we can assist you. To edit your profile or connect your ORCID ID, you'll click on your name in the upper right-hand section of the screen. Click Edit My Profile to change your name, email, and notification preferences. To link your ORCID ID, you'll want to click Third-Party Applications and enter your ID. Let's create our plan by starting out at my dashboard and select the Create Plan button. Remember, there is also a Create Plan link in the upper navigation pane as well. If you're creating a practice plan, make sure to check the box for Mock Project for testing. Then fill out the required information such as project title, research organization, and funder. Next, select which DMP template you'd like to use. The NIH GEN DMSP forthcoming 2023 template is available. Once we've created our plan, we'll see the different sections of the data management plan that we'll need to fill out. On this page, you'll want to add your abstract, research domain, and project start and end dates. Note on the right-hand side, you can select guidance. These are helpful guides from the DMP tool and other organizations. Once you move on to the Write Plan section, you'll also see NIH guidance automatically if you selected the NIH funder option. Now we can move on to the Collaborators section. First, we have project contributors. List your PI and anyone else responsible for data management under project contributors. Next, you'll see DMP collaborators. Add and invite your collaborators to co-author the plan and assign them permissions. If you hover over the permissions options, you'll see an explanation box pop up to help you select the right permission level. You'll see 6 sections to complete within Write Plan. First is data type. You will briefly describe the scientific data to be managed, preserved, and shared. Next is related tools, software, and/or code. Here you'll state whether specialized tools, software, and/or code are needed to access or manipulate shared scientific data. Then you'll move on to standards, where you'll describe what common data standards will be applied to the scientific data and associated metadata. Next is data preservation, access, and associated timelines. Here you'll describe where and when the scientific data associated with your research will be made available. Then you'll find access, distribution, or reuse consideration. NIH expects that in drafting plans, researchers maximize the appropriate sharing of scientific data. Finally, you'll see oversight of data management and sharing. Describe how compliance with this plan will be monitored and managed, frequency of oversight, and by whom at your institution. Once we open the accordion box, we can begin filling out each field. On the right-hand side, you can leave comments for your collaborators. Guidance will be available here as well from both the NIH and DMPTool. This is the longest section of the plan, but DMPTool gives you guidance and example language at each step. After we filled out each field within the Write Plan section, we can move on to research outputs. Here, you're going to select what type of data is going to be generated. Software, audiovisual, and CSV datasets are a few examples. Then describe what information this research project will produce. You'll also add what repository you intend to use. You can search for discipline-specific, institutional, or generalist repositories. When the use of domain-specific repositories is not available, generalist repositories are a good option and accept all types of data, regardless of type, format, content, or discipline. You'll then choose what metadata standard you'll be using. Dublin Core is a basic, domain-agnostic standard, which can be easily understood and implemented, and is one of the best known and most widely used metadata standards. Lastly, you'll note any restrictions or embargoes, and then choose a license. A popular Creative Commons license used by researchers is the CC BY NC ND 4.0. You can learn more about your options by clicking the Creative Commons link. Once our plan is complete, we can download it in various formats and customize the typeface and document margins. You'll want to keep this for your records and include it in your grant application. Remember, this is a living document and you can go back and edit it if you need to. Lastly, you can choose to share your plan publicly or within the institution. This is a great way to be a resource for other researchers at MCW. However, you'll notice below that we have errors with our current plan. I am not able to register this plan as it's for testing purposes. But as you work through your plan, you may see these stop points as well, so just be aware of what's required to share your plan. I hope this video was helpful in getting you started with the DMP tool. And as always, please reach out if you have any questions.